Yo, Ralo, you say?
No, no, Ralo.
I'm Boosie.
Oh, you Boosie?
Yeah, I'm Boosie. What's happening?
I've been trying to get that snow down that time. Somebody was coming out the driveway. I said, let me holler at little Boosie. Let me little Boosie. I can't.
All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? Salute to that boy Boosie. Speaking of Boosie, he's actually working on a biopic of himself, which should be interesting. Listen, man, I grew up on an era of music, and I feel like my era of music shouldn't die mid-2000s. And we grew up on a lot of down south legends, so day in and day out, I try to give y'all stories mostly on some down south legends and some other people sprinkled in, some big stars as well. Because if people like me don't talk about these guys, shit, their legacies just go away. So salute to Boosie. He's working on his biopic right now. That should probably be out closer to 2021. They're casting for it right now. So salute to Boosie badass. Now, speaking of Ralo, as we seen in that video, a fan thought he was looking at Ralo, but he was really looking at Boosie at the light. I want to give you guys an update on Ralo. I have not forgot about Ralo and his situation. Though I believe Ralo's in a heap of trouble, I've had family members tell me Ralo's in a bad situation. I don't want to let his case go without at least his story being told. He believes in his heart of heart, whatever he did, we ain't convicting nobody on my platform. He believes whatever he's done did two things. He thinks, first and foremost, he's helped a lot of people. And he also is under the impression that, yo, I was just doing what the big poppin' rappers were telling me they were doing in the 2000s. I just was really living a life that they told me to go do. Why you blaming me? Again, Ralo words, not mine. Speaking of his case, he recently, I said in the last few weeks, did an interview with 11 Alive. As a matter of fact, Ralo and his manager did an interview. So let's get into what his manager had to say first, and then we'll finish with a quote from Ralo on his situation. His manager, Queen, said, "We're hoping to bring Ralo home as we know he's not a threat to the community. It only makes sense that he should be able to come home and stand trial while still being able to run his record label and being able to provide for his family." Now, Ralo's team also went on to say their whole case is that we feel like Ralo was illegally searched on the airplane which had all the drugs on it. I don't even think they're trying to deny that they had the drugs on him or anything like that, even though he might plead not guilty. I don't even think they're trying to deny that that Ralo had the amount of drugs they're saying that he had on him. They're claiming that the searches were illegal. All right. Now, Ralo's manager went on to say it's obvious that Ralo is being selectively prosecuted and denied bond in prejudice. All right. Queen went on to say she believes because Ralo is young, he literally, this is what she said, he crosses off all the T's and dots all the I's, which feds don't want in America. This is her words, not mine. She said Ralo's young, black, Muslim, and successful. 4 things you do not want to be in this country altogether, rather. She said there are 4 types of people that America does not like. The government started looking into Ralo because he's Muslim, and they tried to say that he was an extremist. His primary song that was climbing the charts at the time of his incarceration was titled 12 Can't Stop Shit, which I feel led to a predisposed prejudice against him, even though the song was made for entertainment purposes. Now, Ralo went on to add to this, again, meeting and doing an interview with 11 Alive. I think it was a phone. He said, "I try not to put too much of my confidence into worldly things." Again, trying to keep his spirits high. He said, "I put all my faith in God. I still remain humble, patient, and focused." And that's all we got from Ralo at this time. I'm going to just keep doing stories on this one just because I think it's very interesting. I will say this in response to Ralo's manager, Queen. God bless them and everything they got going. You know, your artist does have to be accountable for his words, and making a song called 12 Can't Stop Shit when you maybe might have a big possession of drugs, I don't think it's the smartest thing to do. I don't even know if being a rapper is the smartest thing to do if you're, because Ralo's team, they're not even denying that he had a lot of these things on him. They're saying all this stuff was illegal and that he should be at least home on bail while he fights this thing right now. So that's their case. They're not even denying that Ralo had a lot of the things that they're saying he had. I'm not gonna go specific with that, but it's just one of those things where I think, man, yo, we gotta really break down what we say on the internet. There are internets being used against this young man. There's tons of lyrics being used against this young man. There are Instagram posts being used against this young man. I hope Ralo is a teaching tool for other people. Like, yo, watch what you do and say on the internet. It can be used against you. It's the new snitch. In 2018, we don't even need a person to snitch anymore. You got social media doing it for you. That's an update on Ralo. He said he's going to keep his spirits high and put all his faith in God. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. Please hit me on that Mr. TALIAFERRO TV Instagram account for more exclusive quality content like this. I'm out. What up, Pharaohs? I decided to step my game up again. I've created a music reaction Instagram page. That way, you guys can be up to date on some of the latest new music in the atmosphere. And you guys can also send me some of your music as well. And you will get Mr. TALIAFERRO'S first reaction to your record, for good or for bad, or an artist that we talk about on my platform's music, for good or for bad. Again, follow me on Instagram, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Again, that's Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, and you get more of yours truly.